November 1st. Today will be a gym day. It's just a little thing. I thought I would call this one Everything You Need to Know About Politics. And so the general idea I've been rolling around in my head and I didn't want to write about on the blog was that there are... Let me see if I can remember how this goes. I was just talking to myself about it. What is capitalism menu, socialism menu, and communism menu. And I think that capitalism can have programs, but it's sort of about how it's funded. And communism can have programs, and it's more about when it's funded, right? And they both have programs, and they sort of figure out that if it's funded or not. They're both funding these a program, for example, would have the ownership of the program would be to the state or to the individuals. And the state is for the People's Republic, and the individuals are still people. So they're really not a huge different, I think, in some sort of concept of taxes, and don't write off in it. Nothing is as permanent as a temporary government program. So I can't imagine how they cope, how they address parting with programs in communist countries and stuff. And it's 2016. We see that their healthcare isn't a lot different from ours. People with socialist countries don't have, like Cuba has shortage hospitals in name only, which is a very strange concept to me. It's medieval. Venezuela becoming the same way and stuff like that. North Korea drifting out of the same way that their industrial farming has really come to fruition. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, what's up, tubers? Hey, what's up, viewers and viewers? Yeah, and so that was kind of everything, and it was. And then in American politics, I think it was, I did this thing, I didn't want to write it down, was that there are liberal issues which we will deal with by using liberalism, and there are conservative issues in which we will deal with them in a conservative manner. And it's a conservative thought about liberalism, and it's a liberal thought about conservatism. It's a liberal application of conservative. We'll be conservative anywhere it's necessary. So I don't want to generalize. And to say we'll do liberal we'll do it where it belongs. It's rather conservative. One-sided approach. So I find it kind of weird. But, yeah, and so liberal for the liberal things, conservative for the conservative things. And this idea of politics being anything important is just absurd. It's like this, the Democratic Republicans split a long time ago, right? And the Democrats, although not racist now, might do things that are bad for a minority, whether I'm the minority or whether you are, or whether they are or we are, if you look the same, or whether they are or I are or you are. Okay, so good. Setting some ground rules. The lousy slouch. And so, yeah, well, and that'll just do the thing. So, it's a republic. You have republics or monarchies. It's a republic, and some people want monarchies, I suppose. Some people want republics. So, you're by default a Republican. So, to say that there's a Republican Party, a group of people called Republicans, is absurd. And, the same with the Democrats. To say that they're Democratic, and then to go out and to make a law is an undemocratic thing. Democracy would be where everybody takes a vote, and then the majority, even if it's just a very thin majority, 51%, wins, and a group of wolves would decide to go. Let's say one way or another, left or right, at a fork in the road. Okay? I don't know why the wolves are in the road, it's more of a path, whatever. And a law is more of a set in stone, and I think a lot of the Democrats, I never say the Democrats of the Democrat Party, they tend to are very content by themselves, with themselves, of their egos, their pride and stuff, of a law when it's done, and are very unwilling to hear second vote. And a democracy would mean that as soon as something is set into law, it can be voted on again. They go, oh, well, it's can't be repealed right away now that it's law, but it could be. You could vote to repeal it. That's what democracy is. And for people to say, oh, we've finally got this. And I'm sure there are some things, broaching semantic arguments, that there are some things that can have room for improvement. Get some coffee here, hold a second. And so I don't want to make this video very long. And that's pretty much all you need to know. We are not with these fucking people. I'm talking to you. So I'm clearly not you. I'm clearly not them. I'm right. Conceptually, I perceive that I am here right now. And I don't mean to be too intrinsic, but it's just a video. So, I mean, nothing you learn here is absolute. The election is in a few days. It is November 1st. The election is very nice outside. 70 degrees, sunny, breezy. A breeze blew, and this whole tree went boo, and all the leaves came off at my car while I was driving. It was very weird. It almost blinded. Had to force them out of the way. It was very weird. I still hit a bunch of them. Take it in. Think about it. The camera and the audio on the laptop is fine, as you saw from that other video, so, I mean, we might do that. And the idea of that one to run up is space. I don't know. This one, 20 minutes, is 2 gigs at 720. So I really should I don't want to do a 480 because I'm afraid that it'll shrink down the Windows fucking frames, the window size. Sorry, pardon my English. And the other part about doing is the knee, kind of like when you crack your knuckle this way. You're not supposed to do it. Some people crack their knuckles like that way, curve and fold it. So the knee, I cracked the wrong way, and everything I read about it was take a break. And these are my knees. They already kind of they are well regulated. So the other part about the videos, I thought, well, I'll only do the videos after the gym and after things and not before, but that this would be a nice a BS talk. I suppose with the laptop I could look at things and switch the camera and show you what I'm looking at or whatever. This or that. I really don't, like, there's some ambitions I've got going forward. The other thing I saw was I read a quote that said, if you think where you're going is better than where you are, you might never leave. Which didn't make any sense to me, except for unless you think you've got to improve where you are. You're always thinking about where you're going. But on the other hand, I believe it, but I think it's just as good as any other quote. Something you see or read the quote instantly isn't what should stand out for you. And so when politicians get up and say on stage, they go, well, we need this and that, and you go, yeah. But don't go, that's why we're letting them walk us off a cliff. If I said, I'm going to give you superpowers, you have to say, I love superpowers, but you don't have to say, I'm the one that's going to give them to you. You know what I mean? It's just because something appeals to you. That's why you like something on Facebook, because you know what it is, not because you like what it is. You appreciate what it is. You go, oh, I've heard of that before. Click. We sympathize with our captors sometimes, even before we forgive them. Sometimes you try to rationalize to see if people are doing things for the right reason or the wrong reason, and you mistake how they're getting there. I mean, I can think of a few. And so my general quote was, if you think of somewhere where you're going, you'll go there. Think about where you want to be, you know. They tell that a lot, the interviews and goals. And if you want to live on the other side of the planet, try to mention what it is. What are the people like are there? I mean, it's is no different. You're going for someplace else. And so that's what I wanted to say, is if you go towards these dreams that politicians paint for you, they're just people, and so are you. So why are they any smarter than you? Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Download onto an MP4 or whatever video format you're using in your timeline, and then encrypt it and hide it on storage media, and then take it with you to Mars. I don't really care. Thank you for watching. You guys are great. You guys are great. I'm not exactly great. Keep an eye out for other stuff. Different type of reviews. I don't think I'm going to do any reaction vids to TV shows or reviews to TV shows. Maybe if I watch a lot of Blood Clubs or something. But yeah, keep an eye out for other stuff. And I've got a whole lot of playlists. Master list of reviews. Other stuff. Isolated reviews. Talks about this and that. Eventually I'll get into talking about fitness, and I'll make a list of I got a list of private videos that I'll make public, I guess. You can watch the transmission, because I'm just going to upload it, because I'm clouding it. If we get hit by a meteor, all my videos are gone. I don't care. I've at least had the catharsis of telling the camera. Anyway, I am not telling you my name. I forgot about that. Hello, everybody. I am not telling you my name. I think you should hit next by now. Hit the next video. Or search for this or that. And have a wonderful... It's November 1st. Have a wonderful... whatever day it is where you are. Ciao.